Now then, it's another occasional vlog, and it's been a little while. I had a lot of things planned out that I was going to say to sort of update the start of this vlog, and one of those involved other than the camera actually pointing at my head and not above me. But yeah, it is 38 days out from our Walt Disney World trip. So what I've decided is, rather than just, you know, not do any vlogging and pick up the camera again before we go, I'd get warmed up by doing a couple of occasional vlogs, and this is the first one. So we don't really have any plans this weekend, if I'm honest. The weather has turned, so cycling is not really something I want to be doing. But I will do some cooking, and I've pulled out my Slow Cooking Bible, and I'm going to pick a recipe out of here and cook it. Well, I've already picked a recipe out of here because I had to buy the ingredients. And I'm going to cook that today. Gemma doesn't know, but we're going to have an Italian red wine stew. I've already modified the recipe to include mushrooms because I like mushrooms. She had a bit of a, she was a bit poorly the week before last, so we didn't really do any vlogging last weekend as a result, and we had a super lazy weekend, and as a result I'm picking something fairly easy going out of this book for her to eat as well. I'll just throw that book down there. What else are we going to do? I need to start tidying the wardrobe in the kitchen because I want to take those clothes upstairs and start separating some out for packing. I won't show you right now, but the cases are out in the back bedroom with 30 odd days to go, because hey, you might as well get prepared. This is exactly why I'm planning on doing these vlogs, because I lose my thread because I've not done it in such a, well, not solidly for a little while, because I think on that run up to 2018 trip I was weekly vlogging every week, even if we didn't do anything. This year I've kind of let it slide a little bit because we really haven't done a huge amount over sort of the last few months. So maybe we can change that in future, but for right now, let's get on with the cooking. Oh no, the kitchen's a disaster. It seems like all we ever do in this kitchen is do pots, and I think the reason for that is we have far too many. So what we do then is we throw some of them away, and then we realise we've got far too few, and finding the balance is impossible. But yeah, I'm going to start by cleaning the kitchen just a little bit. I don't know why I'm looking at you like that. I'm going to start by cleaning the kitchen a little bit. Daft in on there. And then we can start cooking properly. Yeah. Wow. You know it's serious when I break a tripod out. What is it with my head being shiny as well? I know. Stop. Yeah, I tidied some of the kitchen. I need to do the rest of it. That's fine. We need to do that later. So I'm going to make a start with cooking my recipe. I've left my cookbook in the living room, but I'll be honest, it's a slow cooker meal. All you do is take one slow cooker, bang all the ingredients in, and you're done. So maybe trying to base the cooking element of our channel around using a slow cooker. Will you stop dripping? Sorry, this is the sink. Perfect. Trying to base the cooking element of our channel around a slow cooker is probably not the best thing, because 9 times out of 10, the recipes are like the easiest thing you can cook. That's why I do it. Right, I'm going to get beef. So I don't often do this, but the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to sear the beef, because apparently that holds the flavour in when you then put it in the slow cooker. So let's do that now. Also, a minute ago I nearly put some oil in the pan, but rather than use oil I nearly put Power Fresh by Dettol in there. Definitely not a sponsored content. I shouldn't be allowed in a kitchen. I've moved everything. Oil. Spray oil. Fancy. The other day I was spraying this oil. Obviously the spray hole is there. I held it that way around. I basically ended up with an oily finger. I do realise you can't actually see the pan. Maybe we'll move the camera. Do you need to see beef frying? I don't want to upset vegetarians. I'll just do that and then we'll get the slow cooker running. I am going to need the recipe book. I need to see whether I need to fry the onions first. Generally yes, you do, but you can just sling them in, because sometimes we use frozen onions because they're already chopped and they're very convenient. Today I'm using real onions. That's to suggest the frozen ones aren't real. I'm using all natural. That doesn't even work, does it? I'm using an onion like an onion that you buy in a shop when you go to the shopkeeper and go, I want 1 onion please, and he looks at you and says, this is an off licence. No, I went to Asda and got some. Anyway, this is getting a bit silly. I'm going to go and cut an onion, I'm going to fry the beef, and then we'll move on to the next part. I'll do that off camera because you know how to cut an onion and fry the beef. I hope. So one of the things what a lot of people tell us about our channel that they like is that we are dead down to earth. It's kind of funny because one of the things I really like about our channel is it's a bit shambolic. A lot of people have like plans for their channels and growth and stuff like that. I just like making videos now and then, and I don't really care. I mean, it's really nice that people watch them, which is cool. But I use like the catalyst of the growth of the channel when we go on holiday as a motivator for me to actually record the holidays, because in the last 2 or 3 weeks we've watched back every trip, but I think we're at the end of the 2018 trip, so in the next week or so we'll probably watch for the first time since we recorded it and watch the edits back. We'll probably watch the 2019 trip, which should be good because they're just good fun to watch for memories, and it's good reminders for us of things that we said we'd do that we haven't done yet, that we want to do, that we'll probably forget and not do on the next trip as well. Yeah, we'll probably cover off some of, you know, as I said, I think I said earlier, I did 4 takes at the start of the video, but I think I said earlier, and now that I think about it, I may not have said earlier, we are going to do a pre-trip chat where we sit down on the couch and talk about stuff. And also at some point in the future I'm going to think about maybe not backlighting my hair because I look like Doc Brown. How far do you think I could get that to go? Do you think I can put the top as well? Sarah, this is what grey hair looks like, by the way. That's neater. Anyway, back to the cooking. I was just a sidetrack, I suddenly thought, and I said I'll say that now because otherwise I'll forget and it'll never make the vlog. Right, so the beef's on, and I am just checking the recipe now, and it does call for you to fry the onions, carrot and celery, before throwing it all in slow cooker. Oh, this one is a bit more involved actually. And it's a good job I started now because it needs 6 to 8 hours. But yeah, you reduce the red wine a bit before you throw it into the slow cooker. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure I can share the recipe for this because it's in this book. The speaker was making noise. It's in this book, which is the Darling Kingsley, is it? Slow cooker book. DK slow cooker book. I think it was cheap. It was like something I picked up in Asda or something. But yeah, ultimately, first of all, I'm going to chop the onion, fry the beef, fry the onion, and then do all the other stuff as well. I'll cut to that in a minute. I need to turn my beef round. I've lost the slow cooker. I mean, it's not the biggest slow cooker in the world, but it's still like that. I found the slow cooker. I think Gemma put it away because Gemma's good and I'm not. Okay, so the beef's in, that's all done. I'm not going to show you because it's up there and I don't want to move the tripod. But now we need to add 1 carrot, 1 celery, 1 onion, chopped. That was a bit fancy for our channel, wasn't it? Multiple camera angles. This side you can see some of the pans that I haven't cleaned yet. Oops. Actually, I think they're the clean ones. Anyway, okay. I digress. Okay, so now I'm going to have to fry these veggies. So that involves getting some of them into the pan. And some of them onto the hob. And yet more of them onto the floor, probably. And there you go. Oh, I didn't do too badly there. It did say finely chop them, but you know, finely chop them with fingers like mine. Right, fry these for 3 to 5 minutes until soft. By the way, I was supposed to leave the juices from the beef cooking in the pan, and I might have taken them out, so I just put them back in again. They were in the slow cooker. I didn't have to retrieve them from the bin or anything like that. While that is cooking, I'm making some stock using only the best ingredients, the classic OO cubes. OXO cubes. Well, the kettle's on the boil. I now need to add red wine into this. It says 500 ml, that seems like an awful lot. It's not bad. I also need to add 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. I never do these things by what they say, I just put approximately what they say, maybe. And a bit more for measure. Tomato puree, if I put too much in it, the end of the world's not going to end. I forgot to say, with the red wine in there, we bring it to the boil. So basically, when this is brought to the boil, we just add everything, including the stock, to the slow cooker. I think there's probably enough juices and meat in here and fluids in here to cover the meat as it stands, so I'm not going to add a huge amount of stock, I imagine. I'm just adding boiling water to that. It's OXO cubes, though everyone knows how to make now. Right, we got our slow cooker, we got some spices. Spices, that's a posh way of saying we've got salt, pepper and thyme. We've got stock, our red wine and veggies are now boiled. I'm going to pour them over our meat. This smells good already. So once I put the veggies in, it's not as deep. The fluids aren't actually coming up to the top, so there's plenty of room in there for stock. It says here, enough stock to cover the meat, and add thyme and seasoning to cover the lid and cook on auto or low for 6 hours. 6 to 8 hours actually. So it's currently on. I've actually got the slow cooker heating up on low, and I'm just going to add some beef stock to bring the water level up. I'll just throw the lot in, why not? Salt, pepper. I'll give you a closer look at what it looks like before it's cooked in a minute. Thyme. It does say actually add fresh thyme, but I'm just going to add a little bit of thyme just for flavour, just because it says add it. And then give it a stir. A little seasoning. Stir it in. Nice. And I'll be honest with you, that already looks really nice. But we're going to put the lid on and leave it for 8 hours. It's great slow cooking, isn't it? I probably should have used an Italian red wine for this, and not a Californian one. We'll see how it turns out. Blimey, it's 10 to 1. I started playing Planet Zoo for just a minute or two, and then next thing you know, it was like an hour had passed, and I'd recorded 2 gaming videos, which I hadn't done for many, many years. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to make some dinner. I am making leftovers today. We are having bolognese from earlier in the week, I can't remember when, and also a burger from last night. I'm just going to throw that in with the bolognese and see how we get on. I've just seen how much bolognese there was left from earlier in the week, and I'm going to have to do something I don't often do, and that is not cook a lot of pasta. I find it impossible to just cook a small amount of pasta. You go, that's not enough, and then you put the food out and you're like, that was way too much. Anyway, small amount of pasta coming right up. That's not enough. Well, look at this. That's looking good. I have just given it a bit of a stir, but I want to make sure I get another one in there. There's a lot of juices in there though. It probably needs to be reduced a little bit. But I bet that beef's going to be nice and tender. Happy with that. So right, I've had a bath and I've had a relaxing afternoon. Just done a little bit of tidying, and I'm pointing at a stew. But I'm going to go and pick Gemma up now. So I'll see you in a bit. Hello.
Hi.
Smell good.
Looks amazing.
I'm going to get some potatoes on to go with it now.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's thickened up a little bit now, yeah. I just left the lid slightly off while we were out, just to let some moisture out.
That's a good idea. Boots catalogue. It's Christmas. Boots catalogue.
It's not Christmas until December.
Christmas now. Boots catalogue's out.
We've not been on holiday yet.
Looks
That
nice.
look good. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, that's plenty.
Okay, there's more left if you want it.
Does I have a knife for my potatoes?
You awkward cow.
Nah, I'm awkward, aren't I?
I'll get you a knife. Good morning. It's Monday. Not Monday. Why did I say it's Monday? Wishing the weekend away. It's Sunday. We are having a relaxed day in at the minute because the absolute weather is absolutely chucking it down. Yeah, it's not nice either. So we're just getting started and doing like packing and stuff and preparing for the next trip, because with things we won't need to wear now between now and November, things like shorts and stuff. And I've got some very brightly coloured shirts which I'll probably put in there for that trip at this point. Other than that, really relaxed day, I think. I might show you the Disney train in a bit actually running, because it does move and it makes noise, and I think that'll be fun. It ran into my bum. Well, we went out, didn't we? Got some food for dinner.
We did.
We're having a carpet picnic. Well,
We're having tapas.
tapas. Let's make it sound posh.
We got tapas stuff from Tesco.
And I also bought a new hard disk for storing all of our videos from our holidays, which I got a pretty good deal on. And look who we've got here. We bought him, didn't we? I don't think we bought you. Ginny's old man Gin. And Cheeky Archie is down here. Cheeky Archie's a big fan of these at the minute, aren't you, mister? No, maybe not. We bought him loads of catnip toys and he likes to play with them and jump on them and throw them around the living room. He particularly likes this one.
The dolphin. Looks like you like your camera.
Say hello to Archie. And today's task, I'm starting to gather up bits of camera equipment ready for the holiday, because that'll probably take me longer than anything.
Oh, it's a miserable guys' day. We thought we'd get some holiday prepping.
Yep, we did.
We got the case out last Sunday, so we can put some stuff in there. We'll take all the toiletries and stuff, just chuck it. We've got some bags to pop it all in.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Take some of those food bags for like camera equipment and stuff as
Yeah,
well, just
yeah.
in case it rains. Hopefully it won't be raining, because it's November and that's out of the rainy season. Because we've just watched back our 2018 trip, haven't we, and seen how
11 straight days of rain.
seen how miserable the rain made us on that trip. As much as we tried to be really positive, it did get us down.
It did.
So hopefully this trip,
My breaking point was riding Dumbo in the rain.
yeah, and sliding down the seat.
I was too scared to go up because I kept slipping across and feeling like I was just going to fall out the other side.
So now we're in the process of also watching our 2019 trip,
Yeah.
which is the first time we've seen it end to end. So that should be fun. And dinner is served. We got some nice tapas bits, some chorizo in red wine. I can't remember all the other stuff, but it looks nice. There's some chicken there. This is the half of the garlic pizza that I didn't drop on the floor. And we are now up to, we've missed some days of this. We need to rewind because we've been cooking. But we are watching our 2019 trip. It's Monday, and I'm just going to end this vlog by saying, if there's one thing I've learned this weekend, is that you should always order things for the bathroom when you're drunk. Yes, that is a toilet brush, shaped like a flamingo.